We had done special financial institutions. These are the sources of long-term finance. Government has set up some financial institutions, like the names were given out here: IFCI, IBI, ICICI, SEDB, SFCs, IDFCs. So now we are going to study about them one by one. The first one is IFCI, Industrial Finance Corporation of India. It is the oldest financial institution, set up in 1948 with the primary objective of providing long-term and medium-term finance to large industrial enterprises. It provides financial assistance for setting up of new industries, industrial enterprises, and for expansion or diversification of activities. It also provides support to modernization and renovation of plant and equipments in existing industrial units. It can grant loans or subscribe to debentures issued by companies repayable in not more than 25 years. It can also guarantee loans raised from other sources or debentures issued to the public, and take up underwriting of the public issue of shares and debentures by companies. For ensuring greater flexibility to meet the needs of the changing financial system, IFCI now stands transformed to IFCI Limited with effect from 1st June 1993. Okay, now in this paragraph they said that Industrial Finance Corporation of India is a special financial institution which is the oldest one. It had started in 1948 and to give out long-term and medium-term finances. Okay, now it gave long-term and medium-term finances or loans to start an industry, or to modernize an industry, to renovate a plant, already existing plants, or also because you know that to issue shares and debentures, it's a costly affair. So it used to give out loans also to the companies in order to issue debentures and shares. And plus, it also could guarantee uh, loans raised from other sources or debentures issued to the public. Like you need a guarantor for the loans. Now, public also needs a some security, some guarantee. So, IFCI also gives a guarantee on behalf of the company to the public that yeah, this company is good and reliable. You can come and uh, deposit in it. For ensuring greater flexibility to meet the needs of changing financial. Okay, so this is what. And plus IFCI is now IFCI Limited from 1st June 1993. Second is Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India, ICICI. It was set up in 1955 to give out long-term loans for 15 years, and plus also to subscribe to their share and debentures. However, the proprietary and partnership firms were also entitled to secure loans from ICICI. Like IFCI, the ICICI also guarantees loans raised by companies from other sources besides underwriting their issue of shares and debentures. Foreign currency loans can also be secured by companies from ICICI. Okay, you can, if you need a loan from foreign currency, that too you can apply in ICICI. In the context of the emerging competitive scenario in the finance sector, ICICI has merged with ICICI Bank Limited with effect from 3rd May 2002. Consequent upon the merger, the ICICI Group's financing and banking operations have been integrated into a single full service banking company. So now ICICI has become a fully banking company. Earlier, ICICI was different. It was a financial institution, and ICICI Bank Limited was the bank. But now it has all merged together and become a single service banking company. As you know, ICICI Bank. Industrial Development Bank of India, IDBI, was set up in 1964 as a subsidiary of Reserve Bank of India for providing financial assistance to all types of industrial enterprises without any restriction on the type of finance and amount of funds. Now, IDBI was set up for all types of industries without any restriction on the type of finance and amount of funds. So in this, there was no limit to the amount of loan it could give out. It could also refinance loans granted by other financial institutions and offer guarantees for the loans raised from capital market or scheduled banks. It also discounts and rediscounts the commercial bills of exchange and undertakes underwriting of the public issues. IDBI, like ICICI, has also transformed into a commercial bank and has been retitled as IDBI Limited with effect from 1st October 2004 with IDBI Bank merged into it. I don't think so there is anything required to explain. So you can just read about it. All these are special financial institutions. You just have to know कब सेटअप हुआ, अब क्या नाम हो गया है, and what kind of loan they give out. Small Industries Development Bank of India, 1990. This was for small scale industrial enterprises, as the name says, small industries. So this was to give loan to small scale industrial enterprises. It's an apex institutions of all banks providing credit facility to small scale industry in our country. Like this is the topmost bank which gives for small industries. It offers refinancing of bills, rediscounting of bills, and several other supportive services to small scale industries. Okay, so it's only for small scale industries and to create more opportunities for the development of the poor people living in rural areas. State Financial Corporation. State Financial Corporation. In order to provide financial assistance to all types of industrial enterprises, that is, it can be sole proprietorship, it can be partnership and company, most of the states of our country have set up SFCs. हाँ तो मत करो. The primary objective of these corporations is to accelerate the pace of industrial development in their respective states. Now, every state has its own special financial institution called SFC, State Financial Corporation, and their main function is to increase the rate of development of their states. So they provide long-term loans in their own states. SIDCs was set up in 1960 and 1970s by state governments. They not only give out loans, but they also implement various incentive schemes of the central and state governments. Incentive schemes related with money. They also work on those schemes. Other financial institutions like Life Insurance Corporation was set up in 1956. Primarily, it carries on the business of life insurance and it deploys the funds in accordance with national priorities and objectives. It invests mainly in government securities and shares, debentures, and bonds of companies. It also extends financial assistance to banks and other institutions for social development and infrastructure facilities. It also underwrites new issue of shares and grants loans to the corporate sectors. Its performance with regard to assistance to corporate sector has been significant both in terms of sanctions and disbursements. Now, Life Insurance Corporation, generally it carries on the business of insuring life, and whatever money is collected, it is given for, it is invested in the government securities and shares and debentures and all. And it also gives financial help to the banks for the and other institutions for the development of their infrastructure. So whatever money is collected here, it's given for these governmental schemes and functions in order to develop it more and to help in the improvement of their infrastructure. Then we come to General Insurance Corporation of India, established in 1973. Like LIC, its investment priority is socially oriented sectors of the economy and invests its funds in government securities. So same thing is here also, like LIC, this also invests in government securities. It also provides term loans and underwriting facility to new and existing industrial undertakings. So it gives loans also to new industries. Unit Trust of India, 1964. So it was opened as an investment trust with capital of rupees 5 crore subscribed by Reserve Bank of India, LIC, State Bank of India and other financial institutions. It has been playing an important role in mobilizing the savings of the community through sale of units under various schemes. Most well known being US 64 and Master Shares, channelizing them into corporate investments. It has also been extending financial assistance to the companies by way of term loans, bills rediscounting, equipment leasing, and hire purchase financing. Now, UTI uh, also gives the loans, that is short term or long term, to the industries. It helps in rediscounting of bills, and it also helps or works in leasing, giving out your things on rent, right? And hire purchase financing. Hire purchase, the same thing, giving out your thing on selling out and getting the money in installments, or buying something and paying it in installments. That is hire purchase financing. Export and Import Bank of India, Exim Bank, and as the name suggests, it gives loans only for the export and import business. It was set up in January 82 to take over the operations of International Finance Wing of IDBI and acts as an apex institution in the field of financing foreign trade. The main functions of the bank are, now main functions of the Exim Bank are financing of export and import goods and services, giving money for the people who are doing or wanting to do export business and import business, financing them. Number two, granting deferred payment credit for medium and long term duration. Like if somebody has taken a medium loan or a long term loan, then it gives them time to pay in installments and all. Three, providing loans to Indian parties and enable them to contribute to share capital of joint ventures in foreign countries. Now it also gives loans to the Indians who wish to share capital of joint ventures, that is foreign countries, those who want to do business with the foreign countries. Like export import is also doing business with foreign countries. So now if you want to do some other thing, then also Exim Bank gives you loan. Fourth, extending refinance facilities to commercial banks in respect of export credit. Recently, it has introduced production equipment finance program under which it provides rupee term finance to export-oriented units for acquisition of equipment. Now, what has it introduced? Production Equipment Finance Program. In this, you're given term finance for what? To export oriented units for acquisition of equipment. Apart from these, the Exim Bank also undertakes merchant banking and development banking functions as considered necessary to finance promotional activities and providing counseling services to persons engaged in export import business. Now, it also helps uh, in merchant banking, buying and selling, and all that, and development banking functions as considered necessary to finance promotional activities and providing counseling services to persons engaged in exporting. It also gives, like, suppose you want to start a export import business and you wish to get an idea about it, so they also give you the details about it. They guide you how to start an export import business. So Exim Bank not only gives loans but also helps you throughout in order to start an export import business. It also guides you throughout on proper functioning, right? Venture capital institutions. Next is venture capital institutions. Venture capital is a form of equity finance designed specially for funding high risk and high reward projects of young entrepreneurs. Now, those obviously young entrepreneurs, they are ready to take high risk, while those who become mature and experienced, they don't wish to take high risk, right? They try to do things in which they are sure to get a good performance. But young entrepreneurs, they always try to take high risks. So, uh, venture capital is a form of equity finance for funding high risk and high reward projects of young entrepreneurs. It helps them to turn their research and development programs into commercial ventures by providing them the third initial campaign, sorry, by providing them the, what am I reading? It helps them to turn their research and development projects into commercial ventures by providing them the initial capital and managerial assistance. Okay, so they give them loans of the amount they need to start the uh, project with, and also they give them the managerial assistance, that is, they guide them on how to do the working. The initial capital is provided in the form of equity participation through direct purchase of shares and debentures of the enterprises set up for the purpose. The institutions providing venture capital also actively participate in the management of the entrepreneur's business. By actively involving and supporting the enterprises, they are able to protect and enhance the value of their investment.